Welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review, episode number 38. This I'm reviewing the ninth Case Closed film, Strategy Above the Depths, released in 2005. Yep. Now, in this particular film, this is mostly set on the Pacific Ocean. Well, on a cruise ship. Yep. Not the first time the series featured a cruise ship, though this time they're actually on an actual cruise, not just there for a show. The film starts out about 15 years prior to the events of the series, where we see this particular private captain, let's say a freight captain, reveal the vice captain. He's seeing an iceberg, smiles, and it says iceberg, and yeah, apparently despite the fact that he barely scraped the thing, all of a sudden the thing starts blowing up. And the thing causes one casualty, and that was, well, one of the characters' father. Actually, two of the characters' father in this particular film. And then and then we cut to present day a bit. We see a guy just get in his car, drive off, and the next time we see him, the car is apparently burst into flames while going off the cliff. Yeah, this is later explained to be caused by a stun grenade. Yes, a frickin' stun grenade. As for how, in the age where everybody's getting hands everything. So, and then we cut to the cruise ship, the Saint Aphrodite, named after the goddess of wisdom. Yeah, and of course the ship is owned by the same people who own the other ship. Yeah, first time we see the characters, they're just basically cruising. They're just coming into the dining room, where like most of the cast is here, like almost the entire thing. You have Richard Moore, his beautiful daughter Rachel, you have Conan, the Jew detective lead, Fester Gassa, and Serena. Yep. So I'd say at this point most of the cast. And also the four detectives basically who are opening the series, actually five of them. Yeah, McGuire, Cheba, Takagi, and Santos. Yeah, they're all in this movie, and they do play a good part in a way. I would say probably the one person who doesn't much of anything is Santos. He does basically point out stuff pretty easily. Yeah, he has a good, character bits, but he doesn't do anything major to affect the story. I mean, Takagi affects a little more of the story than he does. Yeah, and it's nice to see Saito in the movie. And she does something. She investigates the car. She's not on the ship, surprisingly. Well, because, I don't know why she's not on the ship. It would have been interesting though if she was on the ship, though. The writer probably have to have it where Takagi is worried about his own girlfriend. Yeah. So everything's going perfectly fine, and then here's the thing about this particular film: we see a double murder happen and the attempted murder. Well, first it has it where, in order to get this particular time, let's have the characters go hide and seek and have Serena and Hybera be the seekers. Everyone else hide. Ren, of course, basically is very good at hiding. Yep. Yeah, she's very good at hiding. They never actually find her hiding places later. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then everyone pretty much finds her fine. Serena, of course, goes look for Rachel after they find everybody. Though Conan was basically playing soccer instead of hiding, so he's able to be found pretty easily. Genta, well, where is he found? Under a table. Okay. The adorable Amy is found in a laundry basket, and Mitch, I think he was hiding in the tree. I think it was. Yeah. But all of a sudden, Rachel basically was, she found basically herself, and she basically was declared because she was the only one who wasn't found. Yeah, and while this was going on, well, we have ourselves the murder happen. First, it's this chef. Of course, they introduce these characters. You have I think his name is Kazuo, I think his name is, where he's a scriptwriter, and we have Milwaukee, who looks like, believe it or not, Richard Moore's smoking hot wife, the one who he ignores for other beautiful women. Yeah. She's not in this movie. She's referenced, and you see a background image, but she's nowhere in this film. She was in the last film, but not this film. Nope. Yep. Actually, I think the 10th film. Yeah. Let's see what else. Um. Hmm. If you want to figure out who actually is the main character of this movie, yeah, it's Conan. Yep. Unlike the last film where it was all about Harley, this one is basically Conan's the main character. And he does the usual thing, basically, where he tries to investigate Richard Moore things. He's just a kid interfering in police investigations. So they pretty much take a little, and all of a sudden Serena's looking back, and they find her in the most unusual place. The person who attacked her decided to hide her in the mortuary in a coffin. Why? No idea why. Look how they call a doctor, and she's fine. She's in the body needs to be warmed up, and she spends half the movie basically in bed. Yep. And then of course, well, we see that they discover the bodies first of the chief designer of the ship. Yeah, she's found dead with a knife in her chest, and the president who gets a fight with the guy who supposedly killed her. He ends up fighting the president. Of course, he goes overboard. Of course, it's not discovered till later. The reason why he was able to overcome him was because he got stabbed in the back with the same type of knife. A fruit knife, mind you. Yes. hmm This film basically introduces one particular gadget, the cufflink speakers. I think this is the only time they physically appear. Yeah, they only appear just in this movie, and they don't appear ever again. Now you probably think, well, Conan got when these things are introduced, maybe Conan's gonna wear these things. Nope, Richard Moore puts them on, and he takes them and he wears them the whole movie. Yep. And it's suspected that maybe the one of the chief architects behind it, this beautiful woman, looks like Richard Moore's wife. And turns out, yeah, she did commit, well, one of the murders. She killed the chief designer. Yeah. It's later revealed that what happened in the film was not an accident. Nope, it was pre-planned. It was basically a murder. Why they decided to kill this particular guy? Now, they destroyed the ship for insurance reasons. As why they had to kill the guy, that is never explained. And of course, while Conan tries to help out the investigation, I mean, questions he asks are pretty logical. And Santos doesn't have a problem with the questions he asked, though McGuire doesn't have a really big problem with it. He doesn't like him hanging around. Like, of course, Richard Moore thinks he's just a nuisance, like usual. And, well, then they go to the welcome party later. At first, well, he just put on a suit, and then later on I see him, yep, he puts on a suit, basically a white suit coat. Yep. And, of course, they suspect it's actually this guy is supposed to murder, but nope, he's not the murderer. Though he basically plants a whole bunch of bombs on the cruise ship. And, well, he gets away. Conan and the junior technically chase after him, surprisingly, in a motorboat. And they're taken out pretty easily. First he dodges a soccer ball, and then he gets tranquilized. Yep. Though it's nice to see that Agasa gets a chance to basically show off his, alleged deduction skills. I like he sucks deducting. Yeah. My guess is this is probably the first film, probably since the first film of the series, where they actually pulled this off. It's the first time in quite a while they did this. First time for Agasa. They did this in the last film, but with, Eri. And, of course, McGuire's mad at the junior detective league for going after him, but they already got the ship, despite the fact the ship blazes blowing up. It evacuate fine. Of course, also a minor subplot where Mitch, Amy, and George decide to make, Rachel a necklace for winning the gold medal at a karate tournament. Well, they have no string. Later on, they do have the string to make an actual necklace. And she goes to find it while the ship is sinking. She gets knocked out. Conan basically has, a sixth sense about Rachel. Like, if she's in danger, he's basically aware of it. And he realizes this right away. Of course, Richard Moore follows him. And they find him. Take a little while, but they do find her underneath the floor. They couldn't exactly open the thing up because it was like almost sealed shut. So Conan's like, oh, he's basically a fire station. Opens the thing up. He says, "Hey, Uncle." That's what he calls himself in this. That's what he calls him in the sub, basically, Richard. Yeah, use this. And I'm sure Richard Moore's like, good idea. Smash, smash, smash. I'm surprised he didn't do the whole thing of, here's Richard. The whole thing of, well, spoofing The Shining, but I don't think they go that far. But it's just anytime I see somebody use an axe on like a door, I think of basically Jack Nicholson's, well, character from The Shining, where he says, here's Johnny. Yep. Though Rachel's unconscious, so they have to get her out, though it takes a little while to get off the ship before all this happens. Richard Moore basically competently gives a deduction. Yeah, he gets to a fight with the woman and he says, I do not have a hobby of hitting women. And he doesn't hit her. It's kind of similar to his style of fighting. I mean, this whole chivalrous stuff is similar to that of Sanji from One Piece. Yeah, it's very similar. And of course, he does use a judo throw to knock her out. He says, and she asks, like, did you suspect him because you resemble somebody you hate? No, it's quite the opposite. And of course, that's what we see the background image of basically his estranged wife. Yep. And then, of course, they get off the ship. They get rescued by the Japanese Coast Guard, of all people. Yeah, they're also the ones who find the president of the president of the company that owns the cruise ship. They find his dead body in the ocean, which was plausible, anyways. I mean, he wasn't holding out. He just simply just dumped in the ocean. Yeah. Everything got no problem. And they fixed the necklace where the bracelet. First it was a bracelet and a string, but then they fixed it where it's a necklace. Rachel puts it and Amy puts it on her, and it's like, oh, we'll treasure it. And here's kind of the weird thing: this particular necklace never shows up again. I've never seen the manga, and it's never showed up in the anime, so it's probably gonna show up in this one film. She probably puts it like, my guess is when she probably got home, she probably put it in a drawer. She probably doesn't wear it all the time. She probably just basically puts like in a drawer with all the other stuff. Basically, she's won. Yeah, she probably locked it away, put it in someplace safe. Yeah, because this particular necklace is never seen again or even mentioned. Yep. Though the movie ends on a pretty nice note, and like with the last couple of films, let's have the end credits have a live action sequence. Yeah, I have no idea why. In case you're wondering, yes, I have gone on a cruise before. 3 cruises. I went on once with Carnival, and the last 2 when I was Royal Caribbean. I like Carnival better because their entertainment is a lot better and not like a repeat or like okay. They're actually a lot more interesting. Though none of the cruise ships I went on actually sank. No, they headed up to the port, and all 3 of them left Cape Canaveral, and they went straight to the Bahamas. That's all my 3 cruises went, the Bahamas. Yep. Yeah. Not much else to say about this movie, except it's really good. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned. Right next, I'm going to do my review of the newest chapter of the 7 Deadly Sins. Okay, we'll see you next view. Bye.